Hello everyone, my name is Vincent Teo and I'm a display reviewer and professional calibrator. 6 months ago, I tested the Xiaomi Mi Ultra Short Throw Laser Projector, which was white in color. And today, we are reviewing the Wemax One projector, which is black, just in case you didn't get the intro. The Wemax One is manufactured by Fengmi, which I think is a sub-brand of Xiaomi, so it shares a lot of similarities with Xiaomi's previous white projector. Ultra short throw or UST projectors have become very popular over the past couple of years for several reasons. One, it can generate a very large picture, up to 150 inches in screen size, to give you that really immersive cinematic viewing experience right in your own home. Two, to produce a 150-inch image, you only need to place the ultra short throw projector around 50 centimeters from the wall, which means that A, the Wemax One projector won't take up much space at all in your room, unlike the 100-inch Sony ZD9 LED LCD television. And B, unlike traditional projectors, you don't need to worry about objects coming between the projector and the screen, causing a shadow on the picture you watch. The closer you place the projector to the screen, or the wall in my case, because I wanted to test the projected image at different sizes, the smaller the picture, but you can still cast an 80-inch picture from 5 centimeters away. Conversely, the further you place the projector, the larger the projected image. The ceiling's the limit, literally, but it'll also look dimmer, and after a certain point, you'll start seeing individual pixels or screen door effect. So it's best not to go larger than 150 inches. It's one of those cases where too big a size can become uncomfortable. One disadvantage of UST projectors though is that because of the angle at which light is projected diagonally, it will reveal any cracks, blemishes or uneven surface on your wall, so you may need to buy a projector screen to achieve a smooth image. Besides its portability and flexibility for living room installations, another attractive feature on the Xiaomi Wemax One is its laser light engine, which is unheard of at the projector's price point of below £1,500 or $2,000. Compared with conventional lamp-based projectors, some key advantages of laser projectors are quicker startup and shutdown time, more stable contrast and colors over a longer lifespan. Xiaomi quotes 25,000 hours of operation for the Wemax One projector, which translates to more than a decade if you only watch it 4 hours a day. Laser light source is also generally brighter than lamp. The Wemax One is actually bright enough to still produce a watchable picture in a room with some ambient light. But obviously, as with all things projector, the darker you can make the room, the higher the contrast and the resulting picture quality. Moving on, there are a few things I would like to clarify about the Xiaomi Wemax One. First, this projector is only available in China. It hasn't actually been released in the UK, Europe or the USA. I got it from this Chinese online retailer called GearBest, who was kind enough to loan me a unit to review, and the label on our review sample actually said Wemax One Pro. 2. The projector is only a 1080p projector, so even though it can accept and display 4K sources, the resulting picture resolution will be 1080p without any pixel shifting whatsoever. However, from my testing, it's always better to send a 4K signal to the projector for the best picture quality. I'll explain the reason later on in this video. 3. The menu is in Chinese by default out of the box, but you can change it to English from the settings menu, although some characters will remain in Chinese and some words are misspelled, which won't result in a happy ending. The projector itself is fairly nimble in size and carries a matte black finish that doesn't show up fingerprints. Build quality is solid with a hefty weight and no plasticky feel at all. Unlike most traditional projectors, the Wemax One Pro has a pair of integrated front-firing speakers which deliver great sound with impressive bass, clarity and volume. In a quiet room, we could hear the fan noise and what sounded like high-pitched coil whine, but watching movies with volume cranked up will usually mask these background noises. On the projector, there are 2 USB ports and 3 HDMI inputs, and I've tested all 3 HDMI ports to be compatible with HDCP 2.2 copy protection protocol according to our Meridio Fresco 6G signal generator. My review unit shipped with the necessary UK power adapter plug, but the supplied power cable can be a bit short at less than 1.5 meters in length. If you need a longer power cable, you can buy your own separately as long as it has a C5, also known as a cloverleaf or Mickey Mouse connector end. Before I start talking about picture quality on this projector, I would like to thank GearBest.com for sending me this Xiaomi Wemax One for review. Without them, this video is certainly not possible. So if you are thinking about buying this projector, please consider buying it from GearBest by clicking through the link I've put in the YouTube description below. And as a bonus, we'll send you the calibrated settings we've arrived at on our review sample. Just email us your order number and we'll email you our calibrated settings to extract the most natural colors from your Wemax One projector. Remember, you need to click on our link in the YouTube description just before buying the projector so that your order number will show up on our GearBest backend and we can verify your purchase before sending you the calibrated settings. If you don't click on our link to GearBest, or if you click on other links in other YouTube videos before buying, if you're one of those who like to click around, maybe catching some virus in the process, especially if you don't use any protection. Anyway, if your order doesn't show up on our backend, we won't be able to send you the calibrated settings. Thank you for your support and understanding. Right, once we fired up the Wemax One Pro projector, we thought that the picture looked slightly brighter and punchier than the white Xiaomi projector, which means deeper blacks once calibrated. In terms of calibration controls, there's a single point RGB color temperature adjustment, but no gamma control or advanced color management system or CMS. Also, whatever changes you make to any picture preset, they will just populate the user picture mode. So in effect, you only get one adjustable picture preset. Nevertheless, after calibrating the RGB color temperature, we managed to transform the inaccurate out-of-the-box picture with overblue grayscale and wacky gamma to one that tracks D65 white point and 2.2 gamma in a reasonably flat manner, resulting in a more natural image with more realistic skin tones. Of course, in a totally light-controlled dark Batcave, we would prefer to calibrate to BT1886 or 2.4 gamma, but there's no gamma control on the Wemax One projector, so gamma is locked at 2.2, which makes it more suitable for use in living rooms where there's some ambient light from time to time. Given the price, the Xiaomi Wemax One doesn't offer any frame interpolation, so motion resolution remains at the sample and hold baseline of 300 lines according to this horizontally scrolling test pattern. The projector's refresh rate seems to be locked at 60 Hz, causing slow panning shots in 24 frames per second movies to exhibit telecinic judder. Some stutter is also visible with the 50 Hz content we get in the UK and Europe, most noticeably on scrolling news tickers. But in 60 Hz countries such as the USA and Canada, this won't be a problem. The quality of upscaling is very good, retrieving sharp and clean detail from this SMPTE RP133 test card in 576i. Despite this, you should always try and send a 4K video signal to the projector. The reason is because the Wemax One projector applies forced noise reduction with non-4K content. causing unacceptable motion smearing, especially in dark scenes such as this one from Skyfall. This forced noise reduction can be defeated by switching to the graphics picture mode, where presumably all background processing are turned off, but then you're stuck with an unadjustable, inaccurate picture. Fortunately, we discovered a better solution. The forced noise reduction disappears once you feed the projector ultra high definition or UHD signal. This is a 1080p test pattern we specifically authored ourselves to check for undefeatable noise reduction, and hopefully you can see through YouTube's compression, whatever it may be, that if we send a 1080p signal from our Oppo 203 4K Blu-ray player, the film grain is suppressed with some smearing around the moving letters. But if we ask the Oppo to upscale to UHD, then the forced noise reduction is killed and film grain is restored. Bottom line is, for the most pristine, smear-free output from the Xiaomi Wemax One, you need to feed the projector a 4K video signal. This means that if you want to watch 720p, 1080p, or standard definition content, upscale it first, either using your receiver, 4K Blu-ray player, Xbox One X or PS4 Pro before sending it to the projector. Otherwise, there will be forced noise reduction and motion smearing. The Wemax One Pro accepts and displays HDR content, but the tone mapping is suboptimal, causing bright specular highlight details in 4K Blu-ray movies to get blown out, such as in this scene from Pan. HDR presentation on projectors will always be more subtle than high-end TVs anyway, due to a relative lack of light output. So, in our opinion, it's no big loss. But if you want a better HDR picture, you can consider pairing this projector with the Panasonic UB820, which performs the tone mapping in the player itself. I'm interested in reviewing that 4K Blu-ray player if someone somewhere can be bothered to send me a review sample. The Xiaomi Wemax One projector supports DLP Link 3D, but no glasses are supplied in the box, so you have to buy your own separately. And given the dying state of 3D in the home, it's getting harder and harder to find good, compatible 3D glasses in stock. The projector resolves Full HD 3D resolution according to our own custom-authored 3D resolution test pattern, and looks reasonably bright. Slow pans in 24Hz 3D movies are surprisingly smooth, suggesting that Xiaomi is using a different refresh rate in 3D than in 2D. As you may have already deduced from the above segment talking about noise reduction, the graphics picture mode had the least amount of background processing and therefore the lowest latency, but input lag still measured very high at 106 milliseconds, which will put off gamers who play reflex-based games such as first-person shooters. To sum up, if you are a video enthusiast who prefers watching in a light-controlled environment, the Wemax One Pro is probably not for you. It's got no color management system or CMS, gamma is locked at 2.2, it exhibits telescenic judder in 24 frames per second films, it suffers from stutter with 50Hz content, bright specular highlight detail in HDR movies are clipped, and input lag is too high for responsive gaming. But if you want a big screen viewing experience that's versatile and easy to integrate into your living room with good inbuilt speakers, so you don't even need to buy a separate soundbar unless you want discrete surround sound, then the Wemax One projector is an appealing proposition at less than $2,000 or 1,500 pounds. There's usually some coupon code available from GearBest, and if so, I'll list it in the YouTube description below to give you the lowest price. If there's enough demand and I have time, I will do a separate video comparing the Wemax One versus Xiaomi's previous white projector. But in a nutshell, the Wemax One would be my pick because of a punchier picture. You can switch to English language in the user menu without needing to install any APK or sideload any app. And the black chassis is easier to blend into your living room if the lights are off. The brighter picture may mean more DLP rainbow effect if you are sensitive to it. I'm not, so I didn't see any. As mentioned earlier, if you buy through our GearBest link in the YouTube description below, we'll send you our calibrated settings that we achieve on our review sample, so you can enjoy better picture quality from this machine. The calibrated settings won't be as good as getting your projector calibrated in person, primarily because of screen variability, but at least it'll be better than the factory settings. If you found this video useful, please click the like button and subscribe to the HDTV Test YouTube channel for more videos like this. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Don't pretend you're sorry.